Hi everyone, and welcome to another class on my YouTube channel, Tom Yoga Om. Today we're going to be working into stretching the spine, but we're also going to move into a bit of a faster flow to really get our heart pumping and to get ourselves to a state where our mind can feel nice, calm and relaxed. So let's get started. We're going to begin in child's pose, Balasana. So when you're ready, just come into a tabletop position and then bring your feet together. Bring your knees a little wider and send your hips back towards your heels before lowering your chest down onto the ground. And once you're here, start to take some deep breaths down into your belly and up into your chest. And as you exhale, slowly relax. Let your arms soften, your legs soften, and keep the breath flowing in and out. On your next breath out, feel your hips soften down towards your heels and your shoulders soften down towards the mat. And as you continue to breathe here, send your attention to your breath and allow your awareness to follow your breath all the way in through the nostrils, into the throat, into the lungs and into the belly. And all the way out again. And on your next breath in, breathe in a little bit deeper and allow the breath to expand into the belly but also into the lower back. And on your next breath in, allow your breath to travel all the way down into your belly just as before, but this time expand into the back as well and feel the space in the lower back open up as you breathe in. And then breathe into the chest and feel the space in the upper shoulders open up as well. And as you exhale, soften down towards the mat. Take another breath in and breathe down into the belly and expand and open up into the lower back. And then breathe into the chest and into your upper back as well. And as you exhale, feel your spine soften down towards the ground. And take 3 more deep breaths in and out like that. So breathing in a little bit deeper and focusing not only on breathing into the belly and the chest, but also breathing into the lower back and the upper back. And on your next breath in, breathe in a little bit deeper still. Send the breath down into the pelvis. And then breathe all the way up to the top of your chest. And as you exhale, feel your pelvis sink down and feel your chest soften down a little more. And then come back to that focus on the breath, breathing all the way in. And gently breathing out, and keep the breath flowing. And take some time now to tune into the energy in your body and how you're feeling right now on your mat. Hopefully you're feeling okay, but if your energy is perhaps a little bit sluggish or tired, then just make a note of that and take it easy for the start of the class. Tune into the emotional body as well. Notice how you've been feeling recently. And then tune into the mental body and notice where your thoughts are at. And take one final deep breath in And as you exhale, slowly breathe all of the air out. Just making a mental note for how you're feeling in this space right now, where your thoughts are, and where your energy levels are. And we'll come back to that at the end of the class. And if you'd like to set an intention for yourself today, you can. And take one final deep breath in and out. And on your next breath in, start to wriggle your fingers in your toes. And on an inhale, lift up onto the tips of your fingers. Take your palms off the floor. Look forward and walk your hands as far forward as you can. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, sink your chest down. Breathe into the sides of the rib cage and feel them stretch as you inhale. And as you exhale, feel them soften and relax back down. Take one more deep breath in here. Think of expanding into the space where you feel the stretch as you breathe in. And as you exhale, feel that space softening. And on your next breath in, you can lift your head up again and just walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Walk your right hand out a little bit further, and if you'd like to stretch deeper, you can bring your left hand on top of your right hand and then fold yourself down. Take a moment to ground down into the left hip and take 3 deep breaths here. Breathe into the left side of the body. And after that third exhale, lift your hands up again, walk them over to the other side, and walk your left hand out a little further. And if you'd like to stretch deeper, you can bring your right hand on top of your left and drive that right hip down and take deep breaths into the right side of the body. 3 inhales and exhales here. And after that third exhale, come back to center, press into your feet and lift yourself up into a tabletop position. And from here, extend your right leg back behind you and just move the heel forwards and backwards to stretch into your right hamstring. Start to press down into your hands and really grip them down into the mat. And if your hamstring feels okay, just change sides, stepping the left foot back and stretching into the back of the knee, the back of the thigh, the back of the calf, that whole hamstring. Good, and then come back to a neutral tabletop position. And let's start by making sure that our hands are underneath our shoulders, our knees are underneath our hips, and let's take 5 cat-cow breaths here. So inhaling, drop your belly down, open your chest up. And as you exhale, press the floor away and round your back up to the ceiling. And inhale, open up. And exhale, press the floor away. Start to press into your hands, your knees and your feet. Inhale, drop that belly down a little bit lower. Open the chest up a little bit more. And as you exhale, press the floor away. Round your back up to the ceiling. 2 more breaths here. As you breathe in now, breathe down into the belly. Breathe into the chest. And as you exhale, engage your belly muscles a little bit to make sure you're getting all of the air out of your lungs. Tuck your chin down. And last one, full breath in. And the full breath out. Engage those belly muscles. Press all of the air out of your lungs. And then inhale back to a neutral position. And from here, press down into your hands and lift the space between your shoulders, the space of your thoracic spine, up towards the ceiling. So you're making sure that you're really using both of your arms and their strength in this next pose that we're doing. From here, I want you to step your right foot back and take a full breath in. And as you exhale, press that right heel back behind you and engage your right thigh muscle and squeeze all of the air out of your lungs by engaging your belly muscles. And then take another full breath in. Keep lifting your back up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, step your left foot back. And now you're coming into a plank pose. Press both heels back, engage both thighs, and engage your core muscles. Keep lifting the space between your shoulders up to the ceiling. And let's take 4 deep breaths in and out here. Keep breathing through it. The longer and the slower you exhale, the more you're going to be able to engage into the belly muscles, and the stronger you'll feel in this pose. 3 more breaths. Make them nice and slow. Keep pressing down into your hands. Keep pressing those heels back and keep engaging your thighs. It's not easy, hey? And take 1 more full breath in and a slow breath out. And as you exhale, bend your knees and press yourself back into your downward facing dog. And from here, bend your knees left to right and really get a good stretch into your hamstrings. Move your hips from side to side and work out any kinks that might be building up in the sides of your body, in the sides of your legs, just by walking your dog from side to side. On your next breath in, I want you to inhale and lift your hips and your heels up off the floor. And as you exhale, ground your heels down and send your hips back behind you by pressing into your hands. Good. Take 3 more breaths like that. So inhaling, lifting up, and exhaling, grounding down, pressing the heels back. 2 more. Last one, slow breath in, and a full breath out. Good, and then inhale, lift your left leg up, press the heel back behind you, take a full breath in, and a full breath out here. And I'd like you to press your left heel back and engage your left thigh muscle. Keep breathing, and take 1 more full breath in, and as you exhale, send that left foot to the top of the mat. Drop your back knee to the ground, flatten the back foot out onto the floor, and inhale. Today we're going to reach our hands forward. I've got something in front of me that I can't move. But you're going to reach your hands forward, and I want you to actively lift your arms up and stretch the whole way as you lift. And then as you exhale, we're simply lowering the hips down and stretching into that right thigh muscle, the hip flexor. Inhale, lift up, really reach up, and exhale, sink your hips down. And inhale, reach up 1 last time. And as you exhale, we're going to float our hands down, but instead of just lowering down, again, I want you to reach your hands forward, 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 and then bring them down onto the floor. From here, we're coming into a half split, so we're going to peel the left toes back with us into this nice vertical position. And take a full breath in, reach your arms up again. And as you exhale, again, reach your hands forward, 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 forward. And once you feel that deep stretch in the thigh or in the back of the knee, fold your arms down and either bring them onto some bricks or onto that front thigh and tuck your chin. Take 3 deep breaths in and out. To get a full stretch in your hamstring, pull your left toes back towards you. And take 1 more round of breath. Good, and on your next breath in, I want you to bend your front knee, bring your hands forward, and again, sweep your hands forward and then up as you breathe in. And on your exhale, take your right hand onto the outside of your left knee, your left hand onto your lower back. Breathe into your belly and your chest. And as you exhale, tuck your chin down to lengthen the top of your spine and twist a little deeper. Take 2 more deep breaths in and out, twisting a little deeper as you exhale. And if you want to take it further, you can squeeze your shoulders together towards one another. And I meant to say shoulder blades. 1 more full breath in and out. And when you're ready, inhale, sweep your arms back to center and up, and really reach them up. And as you exhale, sweep them down, reach them down onto your mat. Good. From here, we're going to tuck the back toes under and lift the back knee up off the mat. And again, we're extending our arms out in front of us and then reaching them up to come into a high crescent lunge. For your high crescent lunge today, I want you to press your right heel back behind you and engage your right thigh muscle. And then exhale, drop your back knee to just hover closer towards the mat. As you breathe in, reach your arms up and try and pull your shoulders away from your rib cage. And as you exhale, bend that back knee a little more. One more breath in, and one more breath out. And on your next breath in, we're going to press into that back foot and step the back foot to the outside of that left leg, like that. Right? In case you didn't catch that, stepping it forward like so, taking a full breath in, reaching your arms up. And as you exhale, send your hips back, reach your arms forward, and then float your hands down into a forward fold. Take your hands onto your thighs, inhale into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Two more, inhaling and exhaling and inhaling and exhaling. Good, and then extend your arms down towards the floor. Send your hips back, reach your hands forward and then up to the ceiling. Reach the whole time. And exhale your hands down through to heart center. Keep your legs in that same position. I'm gonna turn myself forward. Oh, that was smooth. I'm gonna turn myself forward just to face you, but you stay pointing forward. And from here, I want you to inhale, lift your arms up. I apologize, you can't see my hands. You're gonna straighten your arms up as much as you can. Interlace your fingers into a pistol grip and lean over towards your left side. On your first breath in, breathe into the right side of your rib cage and belly. And as you breathe out, you can tilt a little bit deeper into your stretch. Good, take one more full breath in, really extend your arms out. And as you exhale, relax a little deeper. And then inhale, step yourself back to center, lift both arms up. And exhale your hands down through to your heart center. Good, let's do the other side. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold yourself all the way down, bend your knees. Hands come onto your thighs, inhale for a halfway lift. And as you exhale, fold yourself down, plant your hands onto your mat and step back into your plank. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, lower yourself down onto your belly. Use your knees if you need to and try and keep your elbows close to your rib cage as you come down onto the floor. Press your feet down, engage your thighs, and inhale to lift your chest up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And exhale, lower yourself down. And inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower down. Last one, breathing in. And breathing out. Tuck your toes under, lift yourself up into a plank or a tabletop. And as you exhale, meet in downward facing dog. Nice. On your first breath in, lift your hips and your heels up off the ground. And as you exhale, press into your hands and send your heels down and your hips back. First breath in, lift the right leg up, breathing in. As you exhale, press your right heel back behind you and engage your right thigh. Take two more breaths here. Really press down into your hands, press down into that left foot, press the right foot back behind you, and take one more full breath in. And as you exhale, step the foot forward to the top of the mat. Drop the back knee to the ground, flatten your back foot out on the floor, and as you breathe in, sweep your arms up. As you breathe out, sink your hips down and stretch into your left thigh, your left hip flexor. Two more breaths, breathing in and breathing out. And last one. And breathing out. Good, and then breathe in, lift your arms up, and as you exhale, reach your hands forward, 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 and then down. And from here, peel those right toes back with you to come into your half splits. Inhale to lift your arms up, breathing in. And as you exhale, reach your hands forward, 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 and then down onto the floor or onto that front thigh. Tuck your chin down and take 3 deep breaths. And make sure you pull those right toes back towards you. And just notice how your energy is starting to change, how you're breathing a lot deeper as you move and breathe at the same time. And take your one final deep breath in and out here. And notice, is this affecting your mental and emotional states? I find yoga is at least really good at distracting me from whatever's going on. And sometimes it's what we need, eh? Bend your front knee and bring it forward. And then from here again, sweep your hands out in front of you, then up to the ceiling. Really reach them the whole time. And as you exhale, bring your left hand onto the outside of your right knee, your right hand onto your lower back. Take a full breath into your belly and your chest. And as you exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Look to your right side. Tuck your chin in towards your neck to keep your spine nice and long. As you exhale, twist deeper. And if you like, you can deepen the stretch by squeezing your shoulder blades towards one another. Keep breathing here. And on your next breath in, inhale to sweep your arms up, full breath in. And as you exhale, sweep your hands down onto the floor. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee up off the ground, and inhale, reach your hands forward and then up to the ceiling, breathing in. And as you breathe out, bend that back knee and sink yourself down into that high crescent lunge. Good. Can you hold here? And as you breathe in, extend your shoulders away from your rib cage. And as you breathe out, bend that back knee a little more. And even though it feels kind of funny to do so, can you press your back heel behind you as though there's a wall behind you that you're trying to press into? Take 2 more breaths. And last one. And on your next breath in, you're going to step forward and bring your left foot behind your right foot, or onto the outside of your right foot, like so. And as you exhale, I want you to reach forward and send your hips back and fold yourself all the way down. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. 2 more. Halfway lift, breathing in. Keep your chin tucked so as to lengthen your spine, and exhale, fold. And last one. And exhale, fold. Good, and then send your hips back, reach your arms down, and then reach them up in front of you and then to the ceiling. And exhale your hands down through to your heart center. Good, inhale, sweep your arms up, draw a pistol grip with your hands as you do so, index fingers pointing up. And as you exhale, lean to your right. Breathe into the left side of your body and really press down into both feet as evenly as you can. On your inhales, think of expansion and reaching and lengthening. And on your exhales, think of relaxing and softening. 1 more full breath in and a slow breath out. And then inhale back to center. And as you exhale, release your hands down through to your heart center and step your feet back to a regular position. Okay, from here we're going to inhale and lift our arms up to a horizontal position. And as you exhale, I'd like you to bring your arms out in front of you. Turn your palms to face up and bring your left elbow underneath your right elbow. Twist your arms into a eagle arms pose, like so. If you can't quite connect your arms here, then something you might like to try is to bring your hands onto your shoulders. And then as you breathe in, lift your elbows up. And as you breathe out, move your hands away from you and tuck your chin down and take 3 deep breaths in and out. Breathe deeply into your shoulders and your neck. And then slowly lift your head up, release your arms out to the sides, and bring your right elbow underneath your left elbow. Come into your eagle arms. Take a full breath in to lift your hands up. And as you breathe out, lift your elbows up, and as you breathe out, move your hands away from you. And take 3 deep breaths. Good, and then release your arms, and as you inhale, sweep your arms up. And as you exhale, bring your hands down through to your heart center. Ground down into your feet, tuck your chin down, and take 3 gentle breaths in and out. And reconnect to that awareness of your energy, your emotional state, and your mental state. Reconnect to the flow of your breath. And maybe think about your affirmation or your intention. And after that third exhale, you can open your eyes and lift your head up. We're going to move on to the next sequence. As you breathe in, sweep your arms up. And as you breathe out, fold yourself all the way down. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold yourself down and step back into your plank, breathing in before exhaling to lower yourself down. Use your knees if you need to. Press your feet flat into the ground. Engage your thigh muscles. Lift your kneecaps off the floor and inhale. Lift your chest up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Tuck your chin down to keep your spine long. And exhale, lower. 2 more. And 1 more. Good, and from here, tuck the toes under, lift yourself up into a tabletop or a plank, and exhale back to downward facing dog. Pedal your knees out left to right, take a full breath in to lift your hips and your heels up, and as you exhale, drive those heels down, move your hips back, stretch into the lower back. Let's do 2 more like that. So breathing in, lifting up, and breathing out, grounding the heels, sending the hips back. And last one, full breath in and a slow breath out. Good. Inhale, lift your legs up again, just as before, and then lift your left leg up and bend your left knee and bring your left shin, your left tibia, parallel to the ground. So you're kind of lifting your left knee up towards the ceiling, lifting your left hip up, and this brings your shin parallel to the floor. Take 2 more breaths here. Try and engage your right thigh muscle. And then take 1 more full breath in. And as you exhale, step your foot forward to the top of the mat. Come up onto your fingertips and ground your right heel down onto the floor to bring your right foot flat on the ground. See if you can bring your heels in alignment. And then sweep your hands forward and up as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, bring your hands down beside you and onto your hips. We're in a Warrior One pose here. And the purpose of a Warrior One pose, one of the main stretches that we're aiming for is into the right thigh. I'd like you to square your hips to the front of the mat. What does squaring mean, in case you don't know? It's to make them the same distance from the front of the mat. So at the moment, your right hip is probably a little further back. Can you drive it forward and bring it the same distance to the top of the mat as your left hip? And at the same time, as you do that, you might notice that you're forgetting to breathe as I talk. You might notice that your right heel lifts up as you drive that right hip forward. So at the same time, can you press your right heel and the edge of your right foot into the floor as you drive your right hip forward? And then activate your right thigh muscle. That's it. It's a lot of words, but I think you've got it. Okay, from here, I'm going to sweep our arms up. Just hold that position with the legs. And as you exhale, bend that front knee. Take 2 more breaths here. Breathing in and breathing out and breathing in. And as you breathe out, bring your hands down beside you, interlace your fingers behind your back and squeeze your shoulders back together and reach your arms down as you lift your chest up. And as you breathe out, we're going to lower our chests down onto the inside of that left leg. So we're not coming on top of the left leg, but we're coming onto the inside. Once you're down here, can you drive your left hip back a little bit? Tuck your chin down and take 3 deep breaths. Full breath in. Full breath out. 2 more. Keep reaching your arms back behind you. 1 more. And from here, I want you to release your arms down and then extend them out in front of you and up to the ceiling as you breathe in. Straighten your front leg, and as you breathe out, reach your hands forward, send your hips back, reach, 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 and then bring your hands down onto your front shin or onto your front thigh. Tuck your chin, fold yourself down for 3 deep breaths in and out. And feel the stretch in the front of that, or in the back of that left knee, in the back of that left thigh. And breathe into it. Expand it as you breathe in. Feel it soften as you breathe out. Last one. Good, and then bend your front knee. Reach your hands out in front of you and up to the ceiling. And exhale your hands down through to your heart center. And from here, we're going to turn ourselves over to the right side of our mat. I'm going to turn myself around so you can see me. And I want you to square your feet to the side of your mat. So this time you're turning your feet out to your right side. Take your hands onto your hips, take a full breath into your belly and your chest. And as you exhale, press into the edges of your feet. As you inhale, reach your arms up. And as you exhale, send your hips back, reach your hands forward, 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 and then down onto the floor and fold yourself down. Good, take a full breath into your belly and your chest. And as you exhale, I'd like you to focus on pressing into the edges of your feet, grounding them down into the floor and feeling a nice stretch on the inside of your thighs. 2 more breaths here. And last one. When you're ready, hands underneath your shoulders, inhale for a halfway lift. And as you exhale, turn yourself back to the top of your mat. Come into your low lunge and step your top foot back behind you. Lower yourself down onto your belly. Inhale for 1 cobra this time. Press your feet down, engage your thighs, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes under. Lift yourself up into a plank or a tabletop position. And then meet in downward facing dog. First breath in, lift the hips and the heels up off the ground. As you exhale, ground your heels down, send your hips back. Next breath in, lift that right leg up off the floor, press the heel back behind you, and then bend your right knee and bring your right shin bone parallel to the ground. See if you can lift your right knee up a little bit higher, your right hip up a little bit higher too, and engage your left thigh muscle. Good, take another full breath in. And as you exhale, send that foot forward to the top of the mat. Drop the back foot to the floor. Line your heels up in a nice straight line. And inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, float your hands down and bring them onto your hips. Good, from here, once again, what we're doing is we're pressing into the edge of that left foot and driving our left hip forward, engaging that left thigh muscle. And that's your warrior one. So you're squaring your hips to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, bend your front knee. Keep your left thigh strong, your left foot pressing into the floor. 2 more breaths. Breathing in and out. And last one, reaching up. And as you breathe out, bring your hands down beside you, interlace your hands behind your back and reach your hands down as you squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your chest up, lots of words. And as you exhale, lower your torso down onto the inside of that right leg. So not on top, but on the inside. Tuck your chin and drive your right hip back. So you're just moving that right hip bone a little further back. And you should start to feel more activity in that right hip joint. So where the hip meets the leg bone. And that's the point here. 2 more breaths. Keep reaching your hands back. And last one. After your exhale, release your hands to the floor. Reach your hands forward and then up to the ceiling. As you breathe in, straighten your front leg. And as you breathe out, reach your hands in front of you. Send your hips back. And once you feel the stretch in your leg or in your back, bring your hands onto your thigh or your shin. Tuck your chin and fold yourself down. 3 deep breaths in and out. And if you can't quite get that front knee straight, you need to shorten your stance, so just step the back foot in a little bit closer towards the front foot. Last breath in and out. And on your next inhale, bend that front knee, sweep both arms up. And as you exhale here, I want you to bring your hands down onto your hips. Step yourself to the top of your mat. Take a full breath into your belly and your chest. And as you exhale, you're going to bend your knees, reach your chest forward, and imagine you're extending your arms out just like before. So you're really reaching with your whole spine and torso as you fold yourself down. Bring your hands to your thighs, halfway lift as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, bend your knees, fold yourself down, take a hold of your elbows and soften. And from here, sway your torso from side to side if you'd like. Keep breathing. 2 more breaths. Take a generous bend in your knees. Do a couple of yeses and nos with your head. And then slowly release your arms down to the floor. And from here, I'd like you to take your second and third fingers, so your peace fingers, around your big toes. As you inhale, we're going to come into a halfway lift like you normally would. So extending your spine, keeping your chin tucked to keep the spine extended. And as you exhale, bend your knees and fold yourself down. Draw your elbows out wide so as to draw the shoulders away from your neck. Inhale up for a halfway lift. And exhale, bend the knees, draw the elbows out wide, fold yourself down. Notice you can feel the stretch in the backs of your knees, most likely. One more like this, breathing in. And breathing out, elbows wide, bend your knees, fold yourself down. And on this next round, we're going to inhale up into our halfway lift. And as you exhale, I want you to keep your legs straight, draw your elbows out wide, and consciously relax the backs of your knees. 2 more, halfway lift. And as you exhale, keep your legs straight, consciously relax the backs of your knees. And last one. Good, and then slowly release your toes. Let your hands just hang out here for a moment. Inhale up into your halfway lift. And as you exhale, draw your feet out wider and your heels in, and drop your hips back towards your heels. Come into your yogi squat malasana. We're so close to being done. Take your elbows onto the insides of your knees, your palms together. Take a full breath into your belly and your chest. And as you exhale, press your elbows outwards and press your knees inwards, tuck your chin in. And you're almost drawing your elbows down towards the ground, so as to stretch the tops of the shoulders. Take 3 deep breaths. Notice how your energy is going right now, how your mental state is going, and how your emotional state is feeling. How has the yoga practice affected your mind? In yoga, we say, or we teach, the concept of 3 gunas, or the gunas, and there are 3 of them: sattva, rajas, and tamas. Sattva is a state of mind where everything is essentially calm and tranquil. Tamas is the state of mind where everything is a little bit sluggish, where we feel sleepy and unmotivated. And rajas is a state of mind where we're driven by a desire and the need to pursue things. What yoga aims to do, in a way, is to give us the ability to take us closer to the state of sattva, that state of mind where you feel like you're in a flow state, or the state of mind you feel when you're lying in shavasana after class. When I first started doing yoga, I used to think that the goal of yoga was to get rid of the tamas and the rajas state and to bring us a little bit closer to the sattva state. But what I now understand is that what yoga can do for you is just to enable you to come into the sattva, that calm, that flow state, a little more frequently and a little more easily, but that life is always going to throw tamas and rajas at you throughout your existence. Yeah, maybe just ponder that. Are you feeling like you need to achieve something right now? Are you feeling sluggish and disengaged? Or are you feeling calm and tranquil? As you close your eyes and as you tune into your mind and take a deep breath in and out, just check in with how you feel. Take one last breath in and out here. And you can slowly open your eyes. Keep that state wherever you're at. It's all good, no matter which one it is. The illusion is that we're meant to be in sattva, but we're not. It's just nicer to feel that way. And from this position, I want you to bring yourselves onto your backs. But before you do, just come down onto your hands and extend your legs out in front of you, coming into staff pose, Dandasana. Pull your toes back towards you and engage your thigh muscles. Press your hands down into the floor. Pull your toes back, breathing in. And as you breathe out, point your toes. 2 more, breathing in. And exhale, breathing out, point your toes. And last one, breathing in. And breathing out. And then bring your feet flat onto the ground and scoot your hips towards your heels. And from here, as unawkwardly as you can, lower yourself down onto your spine, onto your back. Good, and let yourself rest here for a moment. Let your spine unravel. And just take 3 deep breaths in and out. And tune into the state of your mind once more. Good, and from here, you can gently draw your knees into your chest and give them a gentle squeeze. And circle them around a couple of times to massage your lower back. And then circle them the other way. And from here, bring your legs back into that, into a 90 degree angle. Take your arms out to the sides. If you've got space, you can extend them. Otherwise, come into cactus arms and drop your knees over to your right side. Keep your left shoulder down. And if you want, you can look over to the left arm. Now, I don't have a lot of space here, but I hope you do. And just take 3 deep breaths in and out. And then your next breath in, press down into your arms and slowly lift yourself back into that neutral position with your knees at 90 degrees. And drop your knees to your left side. Look over towards your right. Take 3 deep breaths in and out. Last breath. And then inhale back to center. And from here, drop your feet down onto the ground and lengthen your legs out onto your mat. Stretching into that mat a little bit. When you come down, if you feel like your lower back is engaged and the muscles in the lower back are kind of holding you in this position, then I want you to bring your feet flat onto the ground and just let your knees drop in. This will just give your back a little bit of release as it helps your back to stay flat on the ground. And you can start by pressing into the back of your head and into your arms, lifting your back up, squeezing your shoulder blades together, and then dropping your back down onto the floor. And then make yourself comfortable. And we'll stay in this Shavasana position just for a minute. Take a deep breath into your belly and into your chest. And as you exhale, exhale all of the air out of your lungs. And on your next breath in, breathe deeply down into your belly and into your chest and feel them rise up completely. And as you exhale, sigh out of your mouth and let yourself drop into the ground. And take 2 more rounds of breath like that, breathing in deep, lifting your belly up, lifting your chest up, and I assure you that making your sigh audible feels better. Feels like more of a release. Last one, breathing in. Nice. You can take as many breaths like that as you need to. Otherwise, come into a regular flow of your breath. Keep breathing and keep following your inhales in through your nostrils, down into your throat and into your lungs and your belly. And follow them all the way out again as your belly softens and your chest relaxes. And then tune into your physical body. And notice how you're feeling despite being down on the ground and relaxing. Do you feel lethargic and sleepy? Or do you feel energized and alert? Or maybe something in between or something else. Tune into your mental state and notice where your thoughts are and where they're traveling to. And if you find that they're dancing around a bit, if you've got a bit of a monkey mind, then take a couple more cleansing breaths with a sigh out of the mouth. That'll help ground you. And then notice your emotional state and how you're feeling. I hope that this class brings you a sense of release and a sense of calmness. But if you're feeling a little bit alert and you're not feeling too good, maybe you've got a bit of anxiety or something that's bothering you, taking those cleansing breaths and a longer exhale out of the mouth will really help you. And then reflect one more time on your affirmation, your positive intention, and take one last deep breath in and out. And start to wriggle your fingers and your toes to wake your body up. Or if you'd like to lie here a little longer, you can. For the rest of us, start to circle your wrists and your ankles. And on a breath in, reach your arms back behind you and your legs out in front of you. And as you exhale, bring your knees onto your chest and around your spine. Roll over onto your right side. And stay here for one more moment of calmness, of sattva. Enjoy that state of being within you. And then press yourself up into a comfortable seat at the top of your mat. We're going to close this class with 3 breaths of meditation. All that is just 3 inhales with our minds focused and calm. Press into your feet and into your sitting bones, and then sweep your arms up as you breathe in and reach them up one last time. Maintain that height in the spine, and then exhale your hands down through to your heart center and bow your head. And take 3 deep breaths in and out to close the practice. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed the class, and if you did, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thank you very much. Namaste.